So I think so. The question we had was, do you think brand will become more important for B2B SaaS? Yes, I think is the answer.
Yes is the
Again,
answer. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, right. So the idea is that categories are becoming more crowded, not less crowded, and it makes it really hard for people to make decisions. Like, when people are trying to purchase a product in the category, if they don't already have one specific product in mind, they're probably making a short list. And if you don't stand out from the 10, 15, 20 other similar solutions, you don't even have a chance. You don't have a chance. So I think brand is going to become more important to, one, just stand out and get noticed in the first place. Two, sometimes when we make decisions, we are about what to buy or which option to choose. We're just going with the one that we like, and we can't necessarily describe it the same way that we like some people and we don't really like other people. Same thing happens with brands.
Hmm.
And then also identity. So having a product that I want to identify with. So it's like, I kind of want to, everyone wants to be seen by others a certain way, but we also want to see ourselves a certain way. And I think that aspect of branding is going to become more important. So, in the consumer world, I think of the brand like Harley Davidson, the motorcycle company,
Hmm.
um, that's all identity based branding. It's all about like, who are you? What type of person are you? I'm the type of person who rides a Harley. And I'm curious to know, like, is that possible in SaaS? Like, could there be brands that people like so much that they, on a personal or professional level, just like identify with it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I feel like some brands are getting close, like Notion, I feel is approaching that territory. If you look at brands that have like a almost like a massive network of people building businesses like on them, like people who are building for Notion are super passionate about Notion. They've
Yeah.
literally like they've based their entire professional lives on building templates for Notion, teaching people how to, create their own types of Notion templates for that are like specific to their types of businesses. Um, so I think we're getting there. Notion, I know they're starting to like advertise very broadly, like on billboards and trains, and just talking about like general use cases like planning a wedding and tracking your child's
Mm.
um, like progression as they get older and stuff like that. So they want to be more than just like, I don't know, project planning software. They kind of want to be like that thing that you use for everything in your life. Um, and I know that, like, for me personally, when I was looking for something that I was going to use, some things that came to mind were like Coda, ClickUp, Notion, Asana. I mean, it's a crowded space. There's a ton,
Yeah.
and what you come down to is exactly what people are coming into for like across a whole bunch of categories, which is, wow, they all kind of look and sound the same. They're making all very similar claims, but Notion was the only one that made me feel something. That when I was coming to it in a place of chaos, looking for a way to like simplify my life, they were the only one that wasn't like bright and colorful. It was like black, white, calm. And I just felt like if I sign up for Notion, I'm going to be able to get rid of all this chaos and it's going to be very easy to do. And so I honestly chose and paid for Notion, not because I did a detailed side by side comparison between 10 different products and found that one little feature that pushed them over the edge, but because I was overwhelmed with the choice and the prospect of actually comparing everything. And so I just chose the one, like you said, that I liked. Like, I didn't like the other ones. I liked Notion because of the way they made me feel.
Mhm.
And so I think we're going to see more and more of that. And it doesn't have to be on the Notion scale because not everyone can afford to be like Notion. It can be like the Sked Social with, I think, like $0 in funding, where they make the person who thinks about Instagram first when it comes to social media marketing, like they make them feel seen. Whereas the other companies all kind of look the same. And then you have this one, it's like, oh, for Instagram first agencies, it's like, oh, okay, well, that's me. That's easy. I don't have to try to compare Hootsuite and Buffer and Sprout Social and Later and right. So yeah, I think branding is going to just play a bigger and bigger role. Um, and yeah, I guess the other thing that I wanted to make sure people think about when it comes to branding is don't just think about things like logos and taglines. It's really that whole feel. If you think about brand as like how prospects and customers perceive you, and branding as anything you do that kind of shapes that perception in your favor, you can see it's obviously more than logos and design. It's everything. It's positioning, messaging, copy, support, success, like every
Yep.
touch point.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And also, on the topic of Notion, on that website, there are plenty of things on there that, with a conversion copywriter background, you'd go through, if, let's say you didn't know much about the brand and what their strategy was, you could go through and, this needs to be more specific and we need to add, all these testimonials here. And I think that is, I mean, obviously from your experience, it's easy to overlook the fact that sometimes like strategically breaking those rules is going to be better than following the rules blindly.
Yeah. Well, go
And
to Coda's website, ClickUp's website. You're going to see a lot of copy. You're going to see like a bunch of features described in detail. And so that's why I think Notion said, you know what, let's go black and white, illustrated, minimal copy, nice images. And then, yeah, it breaks the mold. And it's like, okay, all these other things seem really complicated. This looks easy. And what are you looking for when you're looking for a tool like Notion and Coda and ClickUp? You're looking to simplify your life and get things organized. You're not looking for like more chaos and hard decisions. So in their case, very specific. Yeah, I think they nailed it, and that's why they're doing so well.